Well, we finally did it. We now have the battle station, the DSS or clan system, whatever you would like to call it. We've actually started the construction for it, so in today's video, we'll talk about what's next. We'll go over the CCO's posts and much more. Please support the channel by tapping the like button below and subscribe with notifications on if you haven't already. Alright, once you're back inside your ship, you might not see the battle station right away. However, you will notice a monitor on the opposite side of the armory that displays the newly constructed station. So if you're at Gallivare, what you will need to do is fly to a different planet, then return back to Gallivare, and at that point you should see it. The battle station will be in front of the destroyer. You honestly cannot see much from this angle, so let's get a little bit closer and see what's going on. What you can see at the very top of the station is a large area with a bunch of windows. This will probably serve as a hub for us all to chill out while we're in our clans. Now, supposedly, there's, from the leaks, the files showed that there would be an emblem editor, different ways to promote your buddies, so they'll have higher privileges like kicking or inviting other players. But besides that, we do not know much about this. So with that said, I'd like to see the station have a terminal that informs you about the different types of enemies, maybe even some lore behind it, just something that's different. Pretty sure this will introduce new NPCs that we'll be able to interact with, just like the destroyer has 3 different NPCs to communicate with, the 2 in the back and then the 1 at the front. Anyways, this right here is the very first phase of it being built. In order to keep this station operational, we have to defend it, and of course, there are supply lines that we must maintain so that it can be built. In the last major order, it even tells us that we have to defend it in order for it to be built. Right here it says, during construction, the DSS will be extremely vulnerable to attacks, so long-term defensibility is paramount. As you can see, we have to defend this no matter what because there's a good chance that the Automatons will attack it and possibly destroy the entire battle station, basically leaving us with nothing to show for. Sure, this would suck if it does happen, so let's try our best not to let it happen. Also, if you check over at Tarsh, there's an icon above the planet that says, DSS Logistics Hub, parts for the Democracy Space Station are prefabricated all over the galaxy, then shipped here to await assembly. Yeah, so Tarsh is going to play a big part in this, as well as the other part where we have to defend it. But yeah, guys, this stuff is getting pretty insane now. We're actually going to have a clan system, and I cannot wait to see what we're going to receive. With that aside, let's go ahead and check out the success message, because right here it says, the Helldivers have managed to wrench Gallivare from the Automatons' clutches, securing an ideal construction site for the Democracy Space Station. A DSS logistics hub has been set up nearby. To build a weapon of mass liberation of this size, we will need to make a significant advancements in 3 key areas: Zero-G materials science, FTL propulsion, and gigastructure staffing. The Helldivers will be indispensable in achieving these breakthroughs. Helldivers are advised that failing any DSS-related order will cause delays in construction. A project of this scale cannot be concealed indefinitely. If construction drags out too long, our enemies will eventually discover its location and attempt to destroy it. However, our citizens need not fear. With the Helldivers protecting it, the Democracy Space Station will soon be ready to rain down the will of people on any who would stand in its way. Yeah, so this right here is a big step already, because if we fail at any point, it's going to delay it. Then at that point, the Automatons might find it, and obviously they're going to try to attack it, destroy it, and whatnot, so let's try not to let them do that. And all we have to do at this point is just make sure that we do everything correctly. So what I recommend is that we head over to the Talus sector where Gallivare is and make sure that we clear out the Ember and Shelt planets. Completely liberate it and we should be good to go. Now of course, the other sector there in front, they can attack us from that side, but I highly suggest that we take out this whole entire sector so that it's a little bit more easier as we go along. But who knows, maybe the next major order will require us to do that. Who knows what's going to happen, but as of right now, this is what I suggest us to do. Now, as for a side note, if you guys did not know this, Gallivare is actually Pilisted's hometown because he wrote this on X. Thank you, Helldivers, for liberating my hometown. What's interesting about this image right here is that one of you guys in the last video, or maybe it was 2 videos ago, you guys commented and saying, hey, Pilisted's hometown is Gallivare, we're going to liberate it and whatnot, and you were absolutely right. Absolutely, so that is really cool. Since we've talked about the DSS, let's now talk about some of the commercials, because I saw a few today that I didn't even see when I was on the destroyer. Maybe you guys have. but let's go ahead and play a few right now.
Terminates. Unthinking monstrosities who want nothing more than to kill and eat every last human. And every last human includes your family. Don't let your family get eaten. Enlist today.
This Liberty Day, become the patriot your family needs. When your children sprint to the Liberty Day pyre to pull presents from the flames, make sure they get the gift they deserve. The gift of Helldivers. Because Super Earth isn't just about the heroes on the front. It's about the heroes right here at home.
Now, another helpful tip from General Brasch.
Hear that? That's the sound of heavy armor, stopping the spread of democracy in its tracks. See? Enemies that are more heavily armored require you to be more heavily armed. That's the stuff. With the right stratagem, there's no defense democracy cannot penetrate. Brash tactics. Use them or die trying.
Tip from General Brasch.
Utilize Super Earth's call and response tagging system to communicate with your squad mates. Like this.
Look, ammo. On. Look, enemy. On it.
Because if there's one thing I've learned, it's that there is no liberation without communication. Brash tactics. Use them or die trying.
The Automatons should have been content with what they had. Instead, they tried to take for themselves what the citizens of Super Earth had proudly built. Now they're going to find out just how hard every man, woman, and child over 7 will work to stop them. Do your part. Get to work.
Well, those are some interesting commercials. At least that's what I call them. If you haven't seen these ones before, then there you go. I thought it would be cool to showcase some of these clips, just in case you haven't seen them. I think General Brasch's commercials is the best so far. We are now going to move along and check out some leaks. If you guys would like to leave now, absolutely do so, or go down below and check out the timestamp so you can skip ahead. But anyways, what we're going to do is check out the gas mine. This specific clip was revealed over at Helldivers 2 Leaks, so if you guys would like to check out their Discord, the link will be down below. But right here, we have this clip by Wheat Thin. So first off, all credit to him for this clip right here, for him going through the trouble of finding this in the files. But this is what the gas mine looks like. It's pretty much what we have right now. I'm pretty sure it confuses them or dazes the enemies. But not only that, it does inflict a small amount of damage because, as you guys know right now, the gas in general is not that great. At least in my opinion. You guys might feel differently about it. But the reason for that partially is because the gas is mainly there so that you can confuse the enemies, and you can take advantage of this by using a different weapon, similar to what Wheat Thin is doing here. But there is one thing I would like to mention, is that when it comes down to this right here, this is bound to change. They might buff the damage, they might not, they might do something completely different with it. Heck, they might not even release this. So I just want to throw that out there, that these things are bound to change over time. So with that said, do not judge it right away, but you can tell me what you think about the gas in general. Do you think they need to buff the gas for all weapons, or is it perfectly fine where it is? If you can, post a comment below and let me know. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys in this video. I know it's not as long as I typically make it, but that's okay. So I do want to go over some top 3 comments from the last video. If you guys would like to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. The first comment is by Mantrap, and yeah, 983. I thought that the game would get significantly easier with this patch. But no, it is still very balanced while having extremely powerful weapons. Absolutely, you're not wrong there, man. This whole entire game is a lot better now than it was previously, so you're right. The second comment is by Dusty Yo JT 3393. Reminder, this is supposedly a 4-part Mage Order. Don't get too excited yet. He's right about that as well. We actually went over this at the beginning of the video, but again, he's right. And the very last comment is by John. To all the divers reading this comment, God bless you, and may democracy lighten up your darkest hours. With that said, thank you guys so much for commenting down below and watching the video. If you guys would like to, support the channel again by subscribing, giving this video a like, and make sure you have those notifications on. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next one.